Hi guys, this is Tracy from Tracy's Art and Craft. I'm back here with this beautiful folio that I have going on. She is reserved, I'm afraid, but I am just going to show you what I've done so far, what's all coming together, and then I'm going to start making some little bits of ephemera. So we're going to get making the tags and the journal cards and things like that. So far we have this. It's all coming together nicely. There may be some changes as I go through. I may end up adding bits, you know, all that sort of stuff. So I may be changing things as I go along. That is a little pocket there as well, but I think it got stuck down a little bit, so I've got to have a little look at that. Yep, so as we go through, lots of little collagey bits. That was just a tag I'd put together before and it went really nicely in there, so I just placed it in there. There may be more in there later on. It's not completely filled yet. So I've still got to make something with this one. I haven't yet decided. But yeah, it's all coming along nicely, and I've still got something to put on the centre here. Again, I have not yet decided what I'm going to do with that. And here we have the little journal, which is just slotted in, and it just has all these really nice pieces of paper. The good thing about this journal is it comes undone. I've just done a bow. You can undo that. You could add in your own papers, you know, punch your holes, and then you could retie it up if you wish. So that is that. And then as we close it, we've got my signature plaque on there, and then if we open it up in the centre of the close, we have these lovely pieces. I have not done the centres again yet. I haven't inked these or stamped them. That's all the kind of stuff I do sort of at the end. And then we have this one, and this one has a nice really big pocket and a really little pocket just here. And this one has a closure as well, so this closes as well. It's got a lovely little glass bit there as well, and that goes over and it will close. I haven't put strings on, nothing like that just yet, so definitely still a work in progress, but she is looking absolutely beautiful, and she's getting nice and chunky, and we know I love chunky things. All my journals are chunky, everything I make is chunky. I don't know why, I just like the feel of something really solid, full, jam-packed in there to start people off. And of course, if you remove a lot of things like journaling cards, tags and things, it goes back down a bit. So this will go down a lot if you took that journal out as well. So it's entirely up to you whether you keep the journal with the piece or if you use it separate, things like that. Yeah, I love it. She's so cute. So I'm going to get on with making the tags and things like that. Now, first of all, I'm unprepared. As usual, I cannot find the book I was going to use, so I'm just going to grab in another book. I'll grab in this one. The pages I want to use elsewhere, so do I want to use this one? I think I want to keep some of the poems. Oh dear, I'm being a pain. No, that's the shorthand dictionary. Oh, do you know what? I cannot find any old book page to use that I wasn't keeping for something. Just one second, guys, because I am being an absolute night. Oh, no, I found it. It's right beside me. Okay. I am so sorry. Oh God, I'm a nightmare. Anyway, you're gonna want some book page. So yeah, I'm going to just tear out a bunch of book pages. You're going to need a bunch, but I have loads of books that I just don't use the paper of. I never get through them, so it's better just to use them. And all of this is just going to be to bulk out the pieces. So you're only going to really want 2 layers because then you're layering on to something else. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these in half and just glue them down with some glue stick. I'm going to use one of the pages just so I don't get glue everywhere because I've got enough marks on this surface now. There we go. Now this is a lovely size for journaling cards, so do have a little look at your books. You know, I use these sometimes as glue pages, so I'll glue on top of them. I'm sorry, I've got really gluey hands because of the last project I just did with you guys, which was the lace cover. Now what I do is from here, I roughly look at where the picture is. I know I want it in this place just here, so I'm going to pop it there. And I'm going to use just some tacky glue for the edges, a glue stick for the centre. Of course, if you're going to sew them and you want some sewing along the edges, you don't have to use a tacky glue at all. You can just use a glue stick to hold it still. But I'm not sure which of these I want to glue and which of these I want to sew, but there will be some sewing on some of them. I just don't know yet which ones I want to sew. So all I'm doing right now is putting bases together. Now I've got some space top and bottom. I'm not going to waste that. What I'm going to do is take a book page and glue it down just like before. You can use any brand of glue stick, by the way. The only reason I use Pritt sticks is because I bought them in bulk and it was cheaper than buying normal glue sticks at the time. So at this point, I'm going to cut them into what will be small tags. There we go, roughly. And they'll fit just there, can you see? So I'm going to take this one as well. There we go. And put that down there. So again, I'm going to glue them with the glue stick and then just go around the edges with the tacky glue just to make sure they're stuck properly and they don't lift. So yeah, I'm doing this video too today. I'm quite enjoying my alone time. My husband works nights most of the time and he is sleeping, and my son is at work, my eldest, and he is due home for dinner break soon, so I thought I'd just get some more done. So I may just pause the video while he's home on dinner and then I'll continue once he leaves. But yeah, I'm enjoying my alone time today. So there we go, that's those pieces. Just give them a little bit of a burnishing to get them to stick down really well. At this point, a lot of people use like credit cards, you know, store cards and things. I always just use my gluing, oh, what is that called now? Bone folder. That is a plastic one, that's not a bone one. My bone one I don't use for gluing. There we go, so I'm just going to cut around the edges, then we can see what it looks like. because we don't know what parts of the picture we've used because we've done the back. I quite like that when I don't know, because then we get to see what the background looks like and what we can work with it. Oh, I really like that one. You've got a few leaves, you've got this label. So that's a really nice look. I like that one. Make a pile of rubbish over there. I'll get rid of that in a minute. Oh, my son is home, so 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, my son just come home for dinner, so I just had a bit of dinner with him. And yeah, we'll get back to cutting this, shall we? There we go. So there we have a beautiful like rose journaling card there. This one's going to be quite plain on the background, but obviously, you know, we decorate them up. We stick other pieces on. So these are just backgrounds anyway, and I'm just using all the scrap papers left over from the kit. There we go. That's those. I'm just going to put in a new piece of paper. Have a little look. I've got a few scrap pieces here, so we'll just keep them to the side so we can use them when we think we're able to. So on this one, I'm going to get a couple of journaling cards on here, I think. And then what I'll do is I will then go on to back all these pieces on some like hand dye papers. I was thinking of making a video soon of how I do my hand dye papers. Especially I do a really nice dusty pink one just out of food colouring and tea bags. So yeah, I thought I might do that. Sorry about that, I just had to sneeze. So I had to pause the video so I can have a sneeze. Oh, it doesn't want to come through. There we go. There's one piece. So yeah, just doing this sort of book page centre to these pieces just gives it a really nice thick feel. Of course you don't have to. You can use thinner papers. It depends on what you like. I do like my journaling cards sometimes to be really thick, but I don't always have them thick like that. This one's got a lot of sewing stuff on, so I'm definitely going to sew these two before I decorate them. And then I think we'll make a couple more and then we'll get decorating them. Or at least decorating the ones that I'm not going to sew. Go. So again, I'm just going to get my bone folder. I'm just going to give it a real good squash. Just just really helps the glue to stick. There we go. There we are, so there's that one. Oh, I got a little bit shaky. If you go shaky, if you put your fingers just under this blade here, it can sometimes help, but it's a bit difficult when you've got a big piece in your hand. And then there's that piece which has got a lovely sort of layered collage piece on there, so I like that one. They're really cute. Let's get a few more tags in. I want to get a few longer tags in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these just this way, so I have some longer tags in place. And I'm just going to get some of this on there. Now, because I'm going to cut the top, I'm going to want to make sure that I have quite a bit of glue sort of all over the top here, not just on the edges, because I'm going to cut it at some point and you want to make sure you've got the glue around the edges. So my glue isn't coming out very well. I'm going to have to just try and block it in a little while. There we go. So then if I just cut one corner, and I take that corner, flip it round, pop it in place, cut the other corner, makes them roughly the same. And then I could take something like this piece here, and I could just pop them down. Of course, you don't have to back these with hand dyed papers. If you want it so it's, you know, you can write over it. You've got a few options. You could just stick a bit of paper over, another piece of scrap paper, over where the hand, you know, the writing is, the text, sorry. Or you can use a little bit of gesso, white gesso, and then that'll make it so that, you know, it's able to be written over. Oh, I forgot to do my tacky glue, didn't I? I'll have to sew this one. Got to do the tacky glue edge on that. So I'm just going to take another one and do the same thing again. This is a good way to use you know, sort of brittle papers as well, because the glue adds strength. So if you weren't using printed paper but you wanted to use brittle papers, this is a good way to do that. There we go. I can definitely get one more on there as well. Remember, your tags and your journaling cards can be any shape or size you want. There's no sort of rule on it. If you're wondering what size I'm just using whatever my book page is giving me. And I'm just working with that, but you can, you know, use your own discretion to what size or shape you want them to be. They don't have to be, you know, your tags don't have to have this sort of cut edge either. There's loads of different ways you can do tags, and I've seen people just sort of take the corners off and then just, you know, on all four corners you just put a hole in it and call it a tag. So I've seen loads of different shaped tags, so you can sort of do whatever you like. You can use a pencil and sort of roughly draw some sort of top that you might, you know, fancy top that you might want to use. Oh, dropped the glue. I have a bit fingers and thumbs. My brain pressure is up today, so I have a rare brain condition, and when the pressure rises in the fluids on my brain, that causes me some problems. But nothing major, just really, really fine detail problems that I notice that I don't normally do. And it's just because of the hot weather. I haven't been drinking enough. So there we go, there's those. Let's just give them all a really good squash down. There we are. I really like that one. That one's going to be really nice with some decorating bits on, bits of lace, bits of ribbon and things. Oh, sorry, my shaking's kicking off. I can feel it. It's making it a bit difficult to cut. There we go. Oh, that was a lovely one. Should we know pastel one? Go, and there's that one. They're really cute. I like them. So I'm going to put all this stuff away for a second, out of the way, and we'll get decorated for you, otherwise we're not going to have any time to decorate anything. One way that you can decorate is with the, you know, the bits and pieces we've been using. But I did want to show you not to ignore the papers as well. So if you've got papers and you don't have the ephemera, like all of this is ephemera that is on here. So you could sort of tear out this section, you could tear out the flowers, you know, fussy tear. I love fussy tearing out of papers, so I'm just going to show you what I like to do. I like to have the white on there, so if you practice ripping, if you tear one way, you get no white, and if you tear the other way you get a white edge. Now I like the white edge for when I am inking. I'm just going to tear this out roughly so I can obviously tear this a bit easier. And the idea is to have your thumbs nice and close together. It gives you better control. Now of course you can get in a lot closer than what I have with these flowers. It's entirely up to you. I'm just looking at this now and I'm thinking I don't want these, they're not going to fit on very well, so I'm just going to come right close in here. There we go, and if you've got a bit that's coming over the edge, you can just cut that flush with the tag in just a second. So let me just get my ink down for my jobber. Well, I have been recently walking my children to school. Just get some more exercise in to help the weight loss and things like that. And I have really badly hurt my hip. I kind of overdid it. So today I thought I'm not going to do any major cleaning of the house. You know, just do the usual little bits like the washing up and things like that must be done. You know, wiping the sides and whatnot. But I'm not going to do any major housework or anything like that. I'm just going to rest my hip because oh my god, it hurts. And I haven't done anything like special to it. It is just literally I overdid it basically. So I'm just going to cut this little label out. Sorry about the light being weird. It's the clouds and things. So it's a sunny day, but it's, you know, cloudy as well. Clouds keep coming over and whatnot. It's been raining a bit here as well. There we go. I really like these roses up here, so I'm going to leave those as they are. And then just get this in. And then that hangover piece, I'm just going to cut that off. And then just get some ink on that. There we go. I really like that one. I'm going to leave that as is, but what I am going to do is, if I find mine before punching. What did I do with that? Oh yeah, I did put it in the pot. Sorry, I've moved around a little bit and I can't remember what I've done with anything. Just like that. Just going to grab a little bit of lace, so I can find the end. There we go. Obviously I've still got to do the back. I'm just sort of showing you what it would look like if the fronts were decorated. The backs I'll just pop onto some hand-dyed papers later. Oh, I just ripped it. If you do something like that, as stupid as what I've done, what you can do is, let me just cut this in half, it's a bit big. Go like so. You can either cover it up this way, you know, and pop a staple in, or you can cover it up this way and pop a staple in. So I like them to sort of go like this on there a little bit, so you've got an actual loop. So I do that sort of action on the back there. And I'll just get one of my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher staples. If I know what I've done with that now. Oh, I definitely can't see it. I'm going to have to use a normal stapler. I think my daughter might have had that one, if I remember rightly. This one's got gold staples in at the moment. It doesn't want to stay still. This is a stapler that can move, so I can swing it round to make things a bit easier for myself. There we go. Oh, that didn't close properly. There. So there's that tag there. So that's one. Let's do the journaling card, I think, next. So what I want to do with this is I want to round the corners. I like rounded corners on a journaling card. There we go. And then I'm just going to ink around that as well. There we are. This time I'm going to grab my little bits we were decorating with the other day, my little bag of items from Shabby Dabby Doodah, because that's where most of my purple bits are. So let me just have a little look through at some of the bits and pieces that we have here. I really like that one on there, and what I might do is, should I make that a little pocket on there, or? No, I think I'll just leave that. Again, I want my corner rounder. I'm going to use the small corner rounder this time. This one's a small rounded corners, the other one's as large. You can get all different sizes. I do also have this, I just want to show you. You can get these as corner rounders, and they do multiple pages, so you can put in a bunch of pages. This one, let me show you what it does with a piece of paper. So this one takes the notches out of corners, out of the corner of your papers. Hang on, sorry. So this one goes like that and takes the notch out, and then the other side does what's called a scalloped corner. So So it goes like that, and you get this sort of scalloped corner going on. But they're really good, and then this top comes off so you can empty it. I've got absolutely loads in there at the moment. They're really good for doing lots of papers all at once. So if you're doing like all your pages, it's really good for that. Mine's getting stuck because I've got so many bits in there, it needs emptying. So you can get these as a corner rounder, and that's a good investment because it's good on your hands. Oh, my little silicone sleeve has come off one of the handles. But they're really, really good on your hands. I've had this for years and years and years now, and it's still really sharp. And like I say, you can get like 5, 6, loads of pages in there, and then just, you know, clip them all at one go. So it makes doing your signatures really quick if you're going to do like the corners. I have been meaning to get the corner rounder one, but I just never have gotten around to doing it. Because I've got the little ones, I always use the little ones. But, yeah, it does. It definitely makes it a little easier on the hands, because those little ones, sometimes they really need squeezing hard if the paper is thick. So I'm going to pop that on. I seem to have a blockage in my glue. That's better. There we go, and I just want to look for a little something to decorate that, some flowers maybe or something. That is really cute. I'm just going to go around the edges. If you go around the edges with an ink, any little bit white bits that you've missed, it blends them in. They're not noticeable. I'm also going to add a little bit of stickles, I think. Oh, actually, I think I'm going to add a little bit of gold. I haven't added gold in this just yet. And I think a little bit of gold bits around the edges. Look really nice, just some gold smudges. There we go. Oh, I like that, that's really pretty. Do I want anything anywhere else? Any lace or anything? No, I think I'm going to leave that one to be nice and flat. Of course, you can also take these ones and use those as just bits of ephemera that you can put in. If you didn't want to sort of back your things and stuff like that, what you can do is use this. Just give it a little ink round. And now the back is very plain, and if you wanted to age it up, what I would do is I would use a sponge applicator and just ink around the edges, giving a really nice dark firm edge to things. Don't worry about it being too neat, because you're going to be doing something else in a minute. So then I would take the corners and just go like that on each corner, and it just makes the corners look a little bit more worn. There we go. Then I would take one of these brush ones. These brush ones are the best. These sort of makeup brushes. I use this for all different browns, I must admit. So because I use it for all different browns, I'm just going to take a scrap piece of paper. I'm just going to get some vintage photo and just make sure that I do have the other browns off of there. If you see, these dark bits here was not the vintage photo. So what I like to do is rub it on something first. You could use your mat or you can use a piece of paper, and then go around really gently. And it's all about building, so it's about being patient and building up that colour. And as hey, so I'm afraid you got cut off there. So what we did was we built up, sorry, I'll put these aside. I also made this little tag, but you were away for that one. We built up the colour. So what I did was, you saw me doing the circle motion, didn't you? And then once I'd built it up a little way, I started going side to side and then up and down. And, you know, diagonal and going in all different directions. And then it builds up to this very easily. I'm just going to show you on a piece of paper quickly how easily it builds up, just so that you can see, because I went and messed that up. Yeah, you know me, I never keep an eye on the time. I've tried everything, I really have, guys. And for those of you that don't keep up while I'm doing this, I have tried everything. I've put clock in here, I just never look at the time, honestly. I'm just get so engrossed in what I'm doing. So then we keep building it up. I always take off first because it helps you stop getting splodges. These splodges here is because glue on the paper. Just ignore that for a second. So now I've done the circles, you'll get a lot of, if you're looking closely, you can see, let me see if I can show you, you get a lot of circle lines. I think you can see that. You get a lot of these circle lines. And you don't want that, that just looks really fake. So then what I do is I start going in and going side to side. Again, just go really gently, don't push. And then going up and down and side to side. And it is about patience. The dots that are coming out here is because there's lumps of things underneath the paper. So if you were to put something textured behind it, you'll also pull up that texture. A lot like, you know, when we used to do those rubbings at school. So there we go. If I bring that closer, you can see there are no circle marks now in that centerpiece that I have just done. Can you see that? But the dots are because there's bits on the table, so you know you can pull out texture that way too. So yeah, that's everything. Everything you need is down in the description box. You know, my store's got 40% sale at the moment, all that sort of stuff. This one I just used a ruffle and stapled it to the top, and then just stuck on this piece. Oh, I did show you here actually. Let me tell you about that. I'll do it on this one. If you don't have the gilding polish, which I've used on this one, this gold gilding polish, this I use something different. And it is one of these gold paint pens. Now what you want to do is hold it right at the top here, because that will give you the least control, and that's what you want. So take your paint pen, holding it at the top, and just go sort of like that, sort of around the edges. Maybe you want to get a corner in. Because you've got the least amount of control, it sort of gives you really nice rough look, a lot like the gilding polish does. And I'm just going to put a bit over here. And a bit up in this corner too. There you go. And then you can get that sort of same look of the gilding polish going around, sort of being a bit rough. It's not exactly the same, but it is a way to do it if you don't have the money for gilding polish, because usually these paint markers, these gold markers, are a lot cheaper than the gilding polish. Although gilding polish does last you absolutely ages. You can get gilding wax as well, but I prefer the polish because it doesn't dry out. So this is the brand I use. This one is the glitter one. So this is called the Glitter Kiss. They're really strong smelling, but they last you absolutely ages because you don't really coat, I mean, unless you coat things, like large things in them. If you're just using it like I do with just little bits here and there, they last you absolute years. And the longest one I've had is this one. And this one is called, this is an Opal Polish. So it's like a gilding polish but with metallics in. And this is called Apricot Opal. And yeah, it's absolutely beautiful colour. But I've had this one now for, I want to say about 2-3 years, somewhere in that region. And it's still moist, it's still usable, it still works. The lids are really good because they screw on nice and tightly. And as you can hear, there's like a real seal to them. You hear that? So there's a real seal to them when you close them. So they just last you forever. And I think here in the UK, these ones, I don't know what the brand is. Cosmic Shimmer. Yeah, the brand is Cosmic Shimmer. It says you can find them at www.creativeexpressions.uk.com. So if you can see that. I find these in the range here in the UK, except for the gold one, which you've seen me use here, and I found that on Amazon. So yeah, but I just wanted to give you that website that it says on the bottom so you know. So yeah, if you want to get those, they do last ages, but say you didn't want to pay out for that, I mean, you can pick these up for £1 in some shops, and you can still get a really nice sort of gold look on there. Yeah, so that was the other idea I had. I think that's everything now. Yeah, please subscribe and like this video. It really helps others to see my videos, because you know, because I'm such a small YouTuber, like my videos don't really get out there. So yeah, if you could just like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Take care and bye for now. Bye.